Hello YouTube, my name is Matt Gizmo and I'm here to bring you an army that I'm having a lot of fun with at the moment, and I'm having a lot of success with it in both competitive Clash of Clans wars as well as just general raiding and normal farm hits as well. So I'm going to bring it to you. It is a combination of a whole lot of witches with a few super wizards, and at the moment it seems that I can actually take on any base that I want with it. So if I show you the comp for the moment, if I go into more settings, which a lot of you don't actually know that you can actually change your friendly army here under more settings. So I like to take 2 super wall breakers with me, 2 loons only for the purpose of Coco for the blimp, just so I find like any traps or anything in the way, so the blimp actually will make it to the town hall, because my primary objective is to blimp the town hall, because I like to save the warden ability for another part of the base during the raid as well. Maybe when they're pushing through there's a bit too much splash or a bit too much damage at one point in the base, so I'd like to do it then, if not get a nice early warden ability off in order to let all the sort of the more like skeleton sort of delicate portion of the army push through and get as much value as possible, maybe under a first rage, but it also means that the first super wall breaker I have will make it where its actually desired location is, as we'll see some issues where a lot of super wall breakers don't make it, primarily on like a queen charge. But with this army, yes, we do have the jump spell with us as well, but it's very important that the 2 super wall breakers make a little bit of an impact on the walls that you're trying to get through. I only actually take with me 3 wizards. These are primarily for your cleanup as well as helping your queen to walk whichever direction you're trying to get her in, as well as the king, as I like to do a rather cheap funnel of just a king with a wizard to push him in one direction. It's not a problem with this hit if a whole load of witches or a super wizard will follow your king, because everything will wrap around the base and you'll have hopefully your queen push into the middle, and if you don't get any healer switches as well, shouldn't be too much of a problem, as you're just trying to overpower the base with as many skeletons as possible, with all these super wizard lightning spots just coming from behind, especially after being tanked in front of course, by these 3 ice golems as well. And I will take with me 2 raid spells, 1 heal spell, 1 jump spell, 3 invisibility spells. The heal spell's primary objective is for use in the middle of the base to keep everything nice and healthy. You're mainly looking to keep your witches and your super wizards nice and healthy through the core, unless you do get a healer switch, then you can be a bit more liberal with this heal spell. Same as with like the raid spell as well. We do have a CC rage with the wizard blimp, and I do like to take with me 2 wall breakers and a barbarian as filler within the blimp, primarily just so I can have a little bit of sort of filler troops, just soak up any giant bombs or small bomb traps which are down by the town hall when the blimp pops, also having the ability to open up some extra walls from the start of the raid through to where you're most likely going to finish is also very handy in case you're having to smash through a few walls at the end. But this is the main comp, this is the main concept. Originally I didn't actually run a heal spell in here, I was running 2 freezes instead. It was all very much base dependent, and this army will work if you are not going for the town hall. But I feel that going for the town hall and just having the warden ability available at any other point in the raid is incredibly powerful, and probably what makes this hit so successful. So if I jump in here straight away, I'm going to scout this base first. If I pull it out in a little bit of a screenshot mode, I can show you guys exactly what I sort of mean and what I'm thinking about when I'm planning these hits. So if I come in straight away, and we're looking to blimp this town hall here. So I'm going to probably be blimping from round about here in order to get it to make its way onto this Grand Warden Tower, and by doing so, if we are chaining onto this town hall here, we will chain onto the expo, we will pull the CC and do a little bit of damage to the troops that come out. We should be hitting the cannon, we should be hitting the arch tower, and of course this elixir collector, as well as these pads down here, because by hitting the town hall we'll be hitting all of these buildings around it, as the super wizard can target up to 10 different targets at one point. And hopefully as well, dependent on whatever I accidentally make invisible, we could also see some damage coming off onto this scatter shot and this archer tower as well. And if we're super duper lucky, we're going to start taking out some of these outside buildings as well, creating this nice little sort of funneled path around the base, I guess. I mean, if I put this sort of line around, we're sort of trying to eradicate this corner of the base, leaving us everything that's left. So then we'll start, hopefully our queen, if all goes to plan, probably around here, have her pick off some of the buildings here, maybe have the king as well come down just about here with maybe that single wizard to funnel this army camp, just so he can push around and deal with as much down here. And then we're going to look at having we'll do it in green, we'll have the ice golems and the warden and everything come through here. Maybe get the first wall breaker on this wall, the second one on this one, as there will be nothing for it to be targeting on in this 3 o'clock compartment, as the wall breakers do also go for walls with buildings behind, as opposed to just going for a straight wall. So there is a bit of thought process behind the wall breaker as well. It's not just a drop and hope that it gets the right thing. And so as everything comes through, assuming that we'll get these nice little wall breaks and everything going off, we'll then look to possibly jump around this connection wall and just to tie everything up, and then we'll just use the RC wherever's needed. Probably going to be coming in around this side over here to deal with the compartment after the king gets locked onto the king. So that's sort of the plan, just trying to break up the base, use the blimp in order to take out the town hall or get significant value, so then you won't have to worry about the warden ability used elsewhere, and then have everything else sort of push into what's remaining of the base and swarm what's left. So that's the thought. Let's go and click attack straight away. We already know what the army is already from having gone through this plan. So we're going to start again at this sort of 2/3 o'clock side, trying to get into this alley where the warden is to give us access to everything. So I'm just going to drop the 2 cocoa loons first away. We don't find any traps, which is quite nice. I am going to drop the blimp in, and I like to be extra safe with the blimp. I like to drop the rage, then I like to drop the invisibility and pop the blimp very soon after, just for any sort of fear of possible problems going wrong with landing on any sort of traps as well. So we will manage to capture the super wizards, all 3 of them within there. We get a little bit fortunate in order to take down the expo as well as the clan castle, and we're actually wasting a whole load of these super minion long shots as well on the remaining super wizards that stay up. So I'm going to get the king down nice and early with the wizard down, and then drop the healers over onto the queen. Note that I'm doing it slightly late, the healers on the queen, just so the healers didn't actually go on towards the super wizards coming out of the blimp. And then behind we'll have the warden with the 3 ice golems get the wall break down nice and early, and then we'll have the wizards come in behind, because the wizards need all this tanking in front of them. And as the ice golem and everything pushes up, I'm then going to get the next super wall breaker. Unfortunately it goes for the wall straight in front of me, but I am still going to use the warden ability through the first set of eagle shots and just connect up that jump instead. And as the king makes his way a little bit further around, I'm going to drop the heal as well, just to back everything up on him. He is going to distract the king, and then I'm going to have the RC come through and just rage everything up in the core of the space just to get through. We've got enough tanking around the outside, especially with the king as well there, and then the RC is going to come in and just cause like a little bit of help. The queen has pushed her way a little bit further up. She is going to probably step in the range of this single, but she does still have her ability in hand, so it's not much of a problem. And as we see things sort of dying out around the bottom, we do still have our king making his way there. We've also got the RC ability and queen ability still in hand, so even though a lot of the stuff didn't actually go the way we really wanted to, we do actually have a lot of these witches round the bottom side of the base making their way through and still holding onto this RC shield, not really having any of the defensive buildings as much of a problem in order to take out with the shield itself. This is looking like a triple, still holding on to our 2 remaining wizards, which as the shield chains onto the last defences, we can get them down with no problem. And then we're seeing that this is coming out with a triple. So not too much thought process. It's very easy to sort of just break out a little bit of the base, as we took out pretty much the whole of this top compartment with the town hall all the way over to the scatter shot, including most of the CC and the expo as well, which we did get a slightly unfortunate wall break, but if we managed to get what we really planned for, then this would have probably been a pretty overkill triple coming in. So I think you can apply it as well yourselves a little bit. I will take a little variation of this army. This is the case where we don't actually have any super troops available. So we're subbing out the 2 super wall breakers for 8 normal wall breakers, as they cost 2 as opposed to 8 themselves each. And then we're just going to take a few extra witches with us as instead of dumping anything else. So this army can be used, especially if you're looking to be farming more of the elixir side. If you don't really care too much about your dark elixir, this is mainly aimed at more of the Town Hall 13, but with witches being so strong pretty much from Town Hall 9 and up, you can get away with variations of this army at all levels and all town halls, as I like to use it as well at Town Hall 12. So if you want me to do anything related to that or any Town Hall 12 content, then please let me know. But we're going to just jump into just a normal raid. We're going to keep the same CC, as that shouldn't be too much of a problem if you've got some lovely clanmates, and then we'll give this one a go. The first base we hit, so there's no funny business, no nothing. He does have a Max King, he does have a Max Queen, Max RC, and a Max Warden over there. Looks like Max pretty much everything minus some of the cannons and archer towers possibly, as I just see a couple of these going up. So we're going to try the same thing. We're going to try blimping out towards the middle of the base, the core, the town hall, but it won't be too much of a problem if this won't go down. And as I try and blimp over, I like to blimp over lines of buildings because you are less likely in order to find any traps or anything down there, and having the wall breakers in the blimp as well, giving the ability to open up any walls, we might possibly see some of these guys turn around back into that rage and do a lot of damage on both the town hall and maybe the scatter as well, which just manages to get the scatter, not too much of a problem. So then we're going to start the queen here. It's going to be a little bit longer, as there's a bit more to funnel and take care of, but we're going to have her walk her way up towards this 9 o'clock and back over towards up to 12 o'clock, and then we want to sort of break in, jump through, get past the town hall and everything and cause it with no problem at all. So we're just going to have to be a little bit patient at this point. Yes, it's a bit of a scary moment, considering that we've already taken almost a minute of our hit at this point. But luckily there is no CC, but fortunately that would have also already been pulled and probably have our wizard bomb sort of push back further towards into the town hall, as they'll be targeting the troops as opposed to sort of going for wherever they choose. And then we're going to have these ice golems come in through with the warden behind. I like to just drop them all at the same time and then get all the witches behind in that. And then as this top 9 o'clock compartment's been cleared, the wall breakers should only be targeting onto this first wall here, and then we're going to get a rage and an ability through just so we can push these wall breakers in as far as possible. Little bit unfortunate at the fact that there is a town hall still up, but we do have freezers with it this comp, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue if I just freeze the town hall, rage through as well. And then we're just going to freeze over this little bit of splash here as well, and then just pull the RC in just to keep everything nice and tight within the base, no problems with the outside defences around here, and just have everything push up. We've still got 2 of our 3 ice golems remaining, so if you want to tweak it slightly in order to have a little bit less of the tank, to have more of like the damage being pushed through, by all means 3 ice golems does seem very overkill in terms of the defence here, but it's always very, very safe, and it sort of plays into that one army fits all base type thing. So as this RC is making her way around, we've dropped the wizard at the top for the cleanup, we've dropped the archers round at 3 o'clock for even more cleanup, and we're falling into the last 30 seconds of the base with pretty much most of the witches still intact. So yes, it is considerably stronger taking the super wizards, but you can still get away with this doing a witch attack. And if you guys have come up with anything new and exciting to do with witches, then please let me know, because it's quickly become my favourite troop in the game, and I'm having a lot of success with it. Even from sort of back beyond when there was the Zap witches, we can still use witches, and they are very, very strong even in the current meta. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you liked the alternative of having a different portion of the army in case you're sort of locked out on super troops. I don't know if you're donating ice hounds and super minions to people in defensive CCs, but I hope you enjoyed it, and the basics and the principle of this army are exactly the same, and it's very, very easy to translate it when mixing up the army is just sort of the main core of this army, which I find incredibly strong, is of course having the super wizard blimp and then having the ice golems in front of the witches with tanking, and dependent on whether or not you have a whole load of stuff that you'd like to chain onto as well, get a bit more value if you're dependent on the compartment which you're attacking, but still the principle is the same. You just really want to blizzard out the town hall. I like to take the 3. Unfortunately, I didn't quite realize that I was taking 2 freezes, but I feel that even if I had the additional rage in that comp, let me just double check. Yeah, if I had the additional rage in there, it wouldn't have really made too much of a difference, because I would have had the raged healers keeping everyone alive anyway, and the fact that it was so much overkill, I don't think that the freezers made too much of a difference. But that's what I'm saying, it's good fun to tweak out. Obviously not all the spells are like identical for every base that you hit, not all the troop combination, because you might have something different for funneling, like if you want to use a baby dragon instead, and it's all dependent on what's there. But I think in terms of the core army, like I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I really hope that I can sort of teach you guys something new and you guys can enjoy it yourself. So if you enjoyed what you saw here today, then please give me a like, tell me what was good, tell me what was bad, and I'll hopefully come out with some new stuff for you guys. I don't know, if you want to see more of the defensive side, if you want to see more attacking and more armies, then I'm happy to have a lot more fun with it. But we also have the army down here next, which we might have to show off a little bit with the mass super minions. But thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great day.